Good day, everyone. I am Apple Judranday of BEED, your reporter for today. We will explore two topics, which are the emotion in art and environmental art. But this time, let me discuss to you first the emotion in art. So, what comes to your mind when you hear the word emotion in art? So, emotion in art simply means art expresses feelings. Example, a sad song expresses feelings of loss and longing. Let's proceed to color theory. Color in art, color as emotion. A knowledge of color theory helps us to express our feelings in an artwork. The language of color has even entered our vocabulary to help us describe our emotions. So basically, color theory, it says here that understanding colors helps us shows our feelings in art as colors meaning even used to describe emotions. Using dark colors like black and gray in a painting can show sadness, while bright colors like yellow and orange can show happiness. Emotionalism, an aesthetic and critical theory of art which places emphasis on the expressive qualities. According to this theory, the most important thing about a work of art is the vivid communication of moods, feelings, and ideas. So it means art that focuses on showing strong feelings and thought is important. For example, a painting showing intense joy is more valued than one that's technically perfect but emotionally flat. Next, let's look at Vincent van Gogh artworks. Van Gogh's painting has two distinct styles. First is the pre-1886, when his paintings use the dark earthy colors and tones of traditional Dutch art. Sunflower still life, he uses warm colors to create a feeling of hope and cheerfulness. Van Gogh's early paintings used dark colors, but later on, like in his Sunflowers painting, he used warm colors to show happiness and hope. His second painting style is the post-1886, when his work adopted the vibrant hues of Impressionism. It is entitled Starry Night painting. After 1886, Van Gogh in paintings like Starry Night used bright impressionist colors. So, these impressionist colors are like blue, green, yellow, and red. Now let's proceed to Pablo Picasso. Picasso's conscious use of color theory is found in paintings from his blue period. He chooses cool colors to evoke the chill of sadness and despair in the tragedy, a typical subject from his work at this time. So here, as you can see, Picasso used cool colors, like in his blue period painting, The Tragedy, to show sadness and despair. Next is John Maltagart artwork. This work celebrates the joy of color as the subject matter of the picture. Maltagart uses a mixture of transparent and reflective color effects ranging across the spectrum to create an abstract image of jewel-like radiance. So here, as you can see, Maltagart's painting Rainbox 2005 uses bright, shiny colors to create a joyful and abstract image. Okay, so we're done on our first topic. So let's explore and discuss our next topic, which is the environmental art. Environmental art. So from the word environment, so meaning the surroundings or the nature we lived in. So it is an art that uses nature or talks about nature problems. So we have one question here. How are the visual and performing arts working to bring awareness and change to our environment? So, a visual and performing arts shows us environmental problems and inspire us to help. Let's move on to the environmental art definition. So, environmental art is art that helps improve our relationship with the natural world. So, it says here that environmental art help us appreciate and protect nature. There are various purposes of environmental art. The first one is to inform and interpret natural processes or issues in the environment. So it means that it shows us how nature works and what's wrong with it. The second purpose is to utilize natural materials and forces. So art uses things from nature to create art. as simple as that. The third purpose is to describe or envision our relationship with nature. It shows how we connect with nature. Fourth purpose is to restore and reclaim environments in an aesthetic way. So it means that making damaged places beautiful again. Next, environmental art is a nature art or art in nature. It means that it is an art made from or show in nature. The second one is performance. Environmental art can be performance about nature. The third one is the acoustic ecology. Environmental art can be about the sounds of nature. The fourth one is the site-specific art. Environmental art made for a special place in nature. The fifth one is the eco art technology. It says that environmental art uses new ways to help nature. Example, an artist creating a sculpture from driftwood found on a beach. So the sixth one is the ecological art. Environmental art helps protect and improve the environment. The seventh one is the green activism art and bio art. It means that uses art to help nature and living things. So the eighth one is the crop art, land art, and earthworks. It means the large art made in or in the land. Next is environmental art is ecoventions. It means create inventions that help the environment. The last one is environmental art is documentary projects. It means that we can use photos and videos to show environmental issues. So now let's proceed to sustainable art versus ecological art. First, let's define about the sustainable art. Sustainable art that is created while being considerate to the relationship that it has with its environments and the worldly impact of the work. So it means that sustainable art is made carefully, thinking about how it affects the environment and the world. For example, an artist might use recycled materials to create a sculpture, reducing waste and pollution. Next is the ecological art. It is the art that which deals with ecological issues or nature and incorporates environmentally healthy methods. So, ecological art means showing environmental problems or celebrate nature. For example, an artist might create a painting using only natural pigments and recycled canvas. Sustainable art. It is perfectly possible for contemporary art to be sustainable without having a direct political or environmental message, as long as it meets the requirements of not damaging the environment and not being exploitative. So here, as you can see, Andy Goldsworthy is the great example of both sustainable art and art in nature. He creates his work out of 100% natural found materials and simply to explore his passion for nature in an aesthetic manner. So look at these pictures. It is a great example of sustainable art. Let's proceed to ecological art and activism. Justin Gignac uses his art to bring attention to the issue of excess trash in New York City. He sells cubes of trash molded artistically to bring attention to the problem and motivate people to change their wasteful and littering habits. So here, Justin Gignac makes art from trash to show how much garbage New York City has and encourage people to recycle more. The Air Project. This project is a collaboration of artists working to bring attention to the issue of air pollution. Several different displays and mediums were used as part of this ongoing collaboration. The AIR project stands for Air Pollution, Environment, and Research, and it is a group of artists creating various artworks to highlight the problem of air pollution. Through different displays and art forms, they aim to raise awareness and encourage people to take action against pollution. Biodance. Biodance is a company based in Rochester, New York. The company performs contemporary modern dance alongside film and original music to bring awareness to human interaction with the environment and other social issues. Biodance uses dance, film, and music to help people think about how humans affect the environment and other important social issues. Next is the environmental soundscapes. This group of artists work to give nature a voice of its own by recording and composing natural sounds in hope that we may gain deeper appreciation of our planet. For example of this, they might compose a piece using the sounds of a flowing river, bird song, and rustling leaves to evoke the feeling of a peaceful forest. This will help us better understand and appreciate our planet. Next, much is being done in the artistic community in order to, first, show appreciation for the aesthetics of the natural world, meaning many artists create beautiful works to celebrate and highlight the beauty of nature. The second one is bring awareness to environmental issues and problems with sustainability. So many artists are using their work to show people the problems with the environment and how we need to live more sustainably. The third one is create solutions to problems in our society that affect our planet. So many artists are working to find creative solutions to environmental and social problems affecting our planet. Alright, so we have reached the end of our presentation. Thank you for listening.